the children, people who basically a long time ago never used to be affected by this, but now they've become victims of lifestyle diseases. We'll be looking at that later on in the show, and so don't miss that. So, right now, let's take a look at the Star newspaper, which says EACC targets governor, wife in 728 million fresh investigations. Marsabit Governor Mahmoud Ali in a lot of problems. You know, some of these governors, by the time they were coming into office, literally had nothing. But after staying in office for hardly a year, they become multi-millionaires. We know their salary, we know their allowances. So where is all this money coming from? You and I can. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know. Then Mwangi tear gas canisters just protest memorabilia. Maintains arrest was politically motivated. This is Boniface Mwangi. Intended to instill fear in activists. And then women beaten, pinched, and demeaned during childbirth, shows report. Hey! Who is beating them? It's their fellow women. Because most of the, what do you call, midwives are women. Maybe in one of these sessions we'll have Alice, whose child is now almost, I think, 1 and something years. She'll tell us whether this is true, that women are beaten, pinched, and demeaned during childbirth. Then there's a mother who's very happy because the son who had been sentenced to death in Saudi Arabia has actually been released. Now that's really good. Then MPs have summoned Treasury PS over e-citizen gaps. This e-citizen maneno, one day we'll sit down and we'll hear what happens and where the money goes. Tokyo, here we come. CS Mvurya says Kenya is poised for big medal harvest in Tokyo as Athletics Kenya named team for World Championship. And then the Standard, the big con, meaning con man. This guy, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, DIG Eliud Lagat. You remember he basically told the nation that he had stepped aside so that to allow investigations into his alleged involvement in the murder of Ojwang. He said he had stepped aside. Now, apparently, a letter comes out and he's saying he never did. All he did was he applied for leave, 18 days. That's all he did. He applied for leave. He never even gave anyone, he never handed his responsibility to any person. That's what he's saying. That's why the Standard calls him the big conman. In fact, he says, Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat lied to the country about his stepping aside to pave way for investigations into the death of Albert Ojwang at Central Police Station. In a June 16 statement, Lagat announced he had opted to step aside to allow investigation to proceed unhindered. But now fresh court findings or filings reveal a different story, that he merely applied for an 18-day annual leave. It was approved the same day by the Police Inspector General Douglas Kanja, who wished him a restful break. And then in a sworn reply, Lagat now insists he never vacated office nor appointed a replacement, contradicting his own public statement. The open lie has reignited questions about his integrity, transparency, and truthfulness as a civil servant. These are the guys who are in charge of your police. He lied in public. He's now sworn an affidavit that he never stepped aside. So, you know, when you lie once, when you lie, your integrity is questioned. So everything else that you've said in the past, we now can't believe. You know the implication of what I'm saying. Residents cry foul as commercial grazing threatens critical forest. And then Masai Mara listed in extraordinary globe records for annual spectacle. Parliament summons PS Kiptoo over e-citizen irregularities. Please read this story of e-citizen. Utashangaa tu, wewe nitastuka. Wewe utastuka. Ruto's blame game on protests and alleged sponsors of violence. You've had this good read. To stagger polls or not, debate rages on format. Leaders in Isiolo's clash over failed bid to impeach governor, while at the back page of the Standard, world beaters. Unstoppable as Kenya names team to Tokyo. Then we look at the Daily Nation. This is what it says. UDA bigwigs plot exodus. It's the worst kept secret. I think it's been known for a very long time that members of the UDA, there are some members of the UDA who have not been sitting pretty, are planning an exit. And the pictures of the people planning an exit or alleged to be planning an exit are on the front page. You have Boniface Khalwale or Boni Khalwale, who is actually the Senate Majority Whip. Then Gloria Orwoba, she was ousted as a senator, so it's rather obvious she's on her way out. Then Muhammad Ali, the Nyali MP, he has been so quiet, but I understand he's undergoing a lot of political pressure where he's at. We have some guys like Joash Nyamoko, North Mugirango MP, Jane Kihara, rather obvious, Naivasha MP, then Dende Nyoro, Kiharu, Member of Parliament, is also on his way out. Then the second page of the Nation, you have cancer patients 4-month vigil, the daily journey from Nyeri to beg for life. How can, one of the patients says, how can I sit and wait for the next financial year while this demon called cancer ravages my body? It looks like money is not being sent to the hospitals to deal with that. The worst time to get sick, I tell you. This is the worst time. 7 protesters slapped with new terrorism-related charges. Youngsters who had been linked to arson, malicious damage of property, rearrested in Machakos. Then you have this Lagat story. As in, it's so annoying just knowing that this man has lied to the public. He lied to the public to cool the tempers down. But anyway, Ruto allies plot UDA exit. 25,000 promoted teachers yet to get letters from TSC. Concern as a report shows low literacy levels among Kenyan children. This is sad. We had one of the highest literacy levels. Now we have low literacy levels. This should be a very good read because it will tell you whether it is the system, the new system of education, or what is it? From having one of the highest literacy levels in the country, in the world actually, to low literacy level among kids, some seriously wrong. The back page of the Nation, Kenya's best to face the world. At least some good news. When you see our athletes, you just know that Kenya is going to be on the map and in the lips of so many people for the right reasons. And that is very key. Some good news, at least to refreshen your soul. Sindio? Aya, sawa. We go for a short break, and when we come back, I told you your stomach is so important. You are what you eat. I don't know what you ate yesterday, whether ulikula githeri, and then you've needed an AC throughout the night. or what needs to happen in your system, what you need to eat to make sure that you're healthy. And you know, your skin tells you something. Your skin, look at your skin, somebody can tell something about your health. Your eyes tell you something. Your stool tells you something. Your urine tells you something. And all these things happen in your gut. So what should you be eating? Okay, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll look into all that.